Quite often we hear about minimalist lifestyle or minimalism. This lifestyle can be defined as possessing less and using one's time, energy, and budget for experiences. It was first introduced to Koreans by Japanese books. The best known was Throw Away Anything That Doesn't Spark Joy. In the book, the author emphasizes the importance of getting rid of things. Now, the doctrine of any item that you haven't used for a year is worth being thrown away reverberates with many people. Followers of minimalism seem to be increasing, especially due to the COVID-19 lockdown. As people stay longer at home, they have more time to look around their house and decide to get rid of unnecessary stuff and tidy up. In Japan, this philosophy had to do with the 2011 Tohoku Earthquake. Many people realize that being attached to one's belongings is futile in the end. In Korea, combined with a slow economy, shrinking income, and increase of one-person households, minimalism becomes more popular. But there are those who think differently. They believe that consumption is an integral part of our life and the source of fun and happiness. Some say that minimalism can also be a fad, and we don't have to feel pressured to throw things away. Interestingly, there are experts who point out the psychological aspect of tidying up. If you tend to hoard things and have difficulty throwing things away, the tendency may reflect your anxiety or indecisiveness. Therefore, mental health is also rationale for living a minimalist lifestyle. Minimalism has gained traction in Korean society recently. In this lifestyle, you scale down your life and shift your efforts to people around you and experiencing life. Okay, guys, so I talked about minimalism has gained traction. So traction is when something sticks, for example, like your tires stick to the road, that's traction. So if something sticks to something and doesn't move, it has very good traction. But we usually use gain traction in business English or in talking about if something becomes very popular. So for example, in this case, minimalism has gained traction. That means more people are doing it. Less people are buying stuff and more people are living the minimalist lifestyle. And I said you need to scale down your life. So to scale down means to reduce the amount of money you're spending or to reduce the amount of things you have. So right now with, COVID-19, a lot of companies are scaling down their operations, means they're not hiring anyone, they're doing layoffs, they're selling off their office space, they're trying to reduce their overhead or total amount of money they spend every month. So if you scale down your lifestyle, that means you throw things away and you're not buying new things. And finally, in this sentence, I said they need to shift your efforts to people around you and experience life. So to shift your efforts means that, you're concentrating on one thing, for example, work. But if you shift your efforts to spend more time with your family, that means you're changing your direction and you're going to shift your efforts and focus on the people close to you. Minimalism is a great way to simplify your life and switch your attention to more important things like family, friends, hobbies, and travel. So in this sentence, I said you need to switch your attention to. So similar to switch your efforts, switching your attention means you're focused on one thing, but you need to kind of tell yourself, hey, look, I need to focus on this because it's more important, or something else because it's more important. So you need to kind of prioritize things, but also switch the way you think. All that clutter in your home is hurting rather than helping. We need to do regular spring cleaning and remove all things in our home to free us up to have more time for more important things. So I said all the clutter in your home. Clutter as a noun is kind of just stuff. So for example, if you look at your work desk and you've got papers, pencils, staplers, food, cups that you haven't thrown away and it's not clean, that's clutter. And also if you look in your closet, things aren't folded, they're out of place, there are things on the floor, that's clutter. It's kind of like you have things or stuff that are all over the place and not organized. So I said all that clutter in your home is hurting rather than helping. So when we talk about something, we say, is it hurting or helping? In this case, if you have clutter, it's actually hurting you because mentally it makes you feel disorganized, depressed, but it's helping you if it's cleaned up. So we say, hey, look, is it hurting or helping? Whatever you're doing, it's kind of, we say, oh, well, it's helping, then keep doing it. And finally, I said we need to do regular spring cleaning. So in English, we talk about spring cleaning. Spring cleaning is after the winter. You've been inside for the winter. It's very cold. And when things get warm, we do something in our houses called spring cleaning. So when the weather gets warmer, we kind of clean up our house from the winter. We throw out stuff. We organize things. We open the windows, we wash everything. It's kind of an event we usually have anytime when the weather is warm. But if you say we have to do some regular spring cleaning, it's like a major, major clean in your house. You do every room, you wash everything, you throw a bunch of stuff out. So spring cleaning just means a time for cleaning, a big cleaning. The things you own end up owning you. You need to declutter your life so you can have more freedom and time. So the things you own end up owning you is an expression that, we use if you're buying too much stuff, you can't really move around or do anything else. For example, if you wanted to buy a boat, sounds like a great idea, but you've got to pay monthly fees where to keep it, you've got to clean it, you've got to fill it with gas, you can't just disappear and leave that thing and then use it whenever you want. It's a big responsibility. Same goes for a car. A car, you got to pay taxes, you got to pay parking fees. You just can't have a car and then hope that it'll give you more free time. So we say the things that you own end up owning you means you're spending more time with your products and things you own than you should be with your family or traveling. And finally, I said you need to declutter your life. So previously I talked about clutter as a noun, like there's lots of clutter on your desk, but we also use the verb, declutter, means to take away clutter. So you need to declutter your life. That means take away the messy things in your life. Hoarding things can be a sign of a mental disability. So hoarding or to hoard is to keep things and never throw them out. So for example, like if you know someone who keeps newspapers, and they have newspapers for the past 10 years in the house, that's a hoarder. Or someone who never throws away clothes or just has closets full of junk, those are usually hoarders. And that can be a sign of a mental disability. So a mental disability is a problem with your brain psychologically, and it could be a problem where you'd have to go see a doctor. So a lot of people who hoard have mental problems and need to see professional help. Holding on to items for a long period of time indicates that there might be something wrong with you mentally. So holding on to something for a long period of time indicates that there might be something wrong. So to indicate means to show or to point out. So if someone is keeping 10 years worth of newspapers, that indicates that they might have something wrong with their brain. Materialism can be beneficial for one's mental health. It can be a form of stress relief. If shopping makes you feel good, why not keep buying things? So I talked about materialism can be beneficial. So materialism is kind of a society or a way of living where you buy things to show off and buy things constantly to make you happy. You're always buying kind of new clothes or showing off your new car. That's materialism. It's kind of the opposite of the minimalism lifestyle. And then I said, we also call it consumerism. Consumerism is when we talk about the behavior of society that likes to shop a lot. And I said it can be beneficial for one's mental health. So if it's beneficial for your mental health, meaning that it's good for you. So I know people every weekend they shop for new clothes and they say it makes them feel better. So once they buy something they really enjoy, it makes them happy. It's a stress reliever. So it's good for their mental health. Entering the minimalist lifestyle for someone could backfire. If someone derives pleasure from shopping and suddenly stops, depression could follow. Do what makes you happy. So if someone who is used to shopping goes into the minimalist lifestyle, we say it could backfire. Backfire goes back, the term goes back hundreds of years when people were shooting musket rifles. So instead of the bullet going out the front, it went out the breech to the side and can blow up your face. So a backfire is like when you have a plan, you have intention of doing something good, but then it comes back and hurts you. We call that a backfire. So a plan could backfire, or changing your lifestyle could backfire. And I said, if someone derives pleasure from shopping and suddenly stops, depression could follow. So if you derive pleasure, that means you get pleasure. So deriving from something means it comes from another source. So if shopping makes you happy, you are deriving pleasure from shopping. Thanks for downloading, guys. And please go to your local bookstore or online for the Konglish Killer book. Talk to you later. Signing out. Matt, bye-bye.